Hello, and welcome to another Frazer tutorial. Today we will be reviewing the settings for your Okidata Forms printer and alignment for use in Frazer. This setup will work for Okidata 320s, 321s, 420s, and 421 turbo printers. Completing this will make sure that your printer will print the forms in the way that we have programmed them for you. We will begin by turning off the power on the side of your Okidata printer. While the power is off, hold down the buttons on the front that say SEL and Quiet, and while you're holding them in, turn the power back on to your printer. Make sure you hold the buttons in until the printer stops moving on its own, then you can release them. Now make sure that your printer is set for top feeding by setting the gray lever on the top to the middle or upright position. And then we need to set our gray paper alignment guides by pushing them right as far as they go. Make sure that when you load your forms, you align them with the guide on the left-hand side. The guide on the right can be adjusted to form size to make sure that they feed in straight. Now, let's get started and load a blank sheet of paper into the printer. On the front of the printer, hold down the button that says Shift. And while holding Shift, hold down the LF button at the same time. You will see the paper slowly start to back itself out a little bit at a time until it stops on its own. The top of the page should be aligned with the red line, letting you know that the top of form has been properly set. When you load your forms from here going forward, you should see them loading to this red line. Now, hold down the Shift button, and while holding Shift, press the SEL button. You will see the menu light on the front of the printer turn on. Press the LF button one time. If you look at the line that printed, it should read Printer Control, Emulation Mode, IBM PPR. If it does not, just keep pressing the Tear button until you see that line print. Note that pressing the Tear button changes the setting in the right-hand column. If you were to press the LF button or the FF load button, it would change the information in the first and second columns respectively. Now, go ahead and press the LF button 5 more times in a row, letting it print out after each time. Then, press the FF load button one time. The last line that printed should read Top Feed, Bottom Margin, Valid. Press the Tear button one time to change to Invalid. Moving on, press the FF load button once, which should read Top Feed, Page Length, 11 inches. Press the Tear button 4 times in a row to change the page length to 17 inches. Now, press the LF button one time and FF load 2 times. The line that printed should read Setup, Paper Out, Override, No. Press the Tear button one time to change Setup, Paper Out, Override to Yes. Press FF load one time. And now, press FF load 9 times in a row, letting it print after each line. The last line you see should read Setup, Auto Select, No. Press the Tear button one time to set up Auto Select to Yes. Now we are going to take the printer out of menu mode by pressing Shift and SEL together, and press FF load to feed our paper through. Make sure that when you load your forms, you let them automatically feed into the printer, and if you have to eject forms, use the FF load button. Do not use the knob on the side of the printer, as it can offset your alignment. The last step is to check our head gap by pulling the blue lever on the right of the printer cartridge forward to its highest setting, usually a 3 or a 5. And now, your printer should be aligned for printing within Frazer. Make sure the printer is installed and selected through the Frazer program, or watch the tutorial on printer setups for more assistance. And as always, thank you for choosing Frazer.